This video will guide you how to use IR56 Forms Preparation Tool services to prepare IR56 Forms data file for electronic filing. The Preparation Tool is a web-based application developed by the Inland Revenue Department to assist employers to prepare IR56 Forms data files for online submission. It can prepare up to 2,000 sets of IR56 form records in one single data file. To use the Preparation Tool, you are not required to log in any portal account. Go to ITP or BTP's login page. Click View All Services under the top Services menu. From the Online Services menu, select Employers Matters. From the Employers Matters menu, select IR56 Forms Preparation Tool. If you have logged in your BTP account or ITP account, your portal account will be logged out automatically after activating the Preparation Tool. To start using the Preparation Tool, read the important notes carefully and click Continue to proceed. To create a new IR56 form data file, select Start to complete a new employer's return or notification. The Preparation Tool allows you to save the data file being prepared in draft form. If you wish to continue to work on a saved draft data file, select Continue to complete a saved draft data file prepared by IR56 Forms Preparation Tool. Each IR56 form data file prepared by the Preparation Tool is to be protected by a self-selected key, for example a password. You are required to input your own self-selected key for each IR56 form data file created. Please note that if you lost this key, you will not be able to reopen the data file, and no reset or recovery of such key can be done. You may select to create a data file from scratch or with data import from data files previously submitted via etax in DAT format, prepared by the Preparation Tool in SAV format, or approved software in XML format. To import data from a data file in SAV or DAT format, you will need to retrieve the data file and input the self-selected key or transaction reference number to open the file for data import. Select the previously prepared data file SAV or DAT or XML from your own computer. To open the file for data import, input self-selected key if it is a SAV or draft SAV or draft DAT file, or transaction reference number if it is a submitted DAT file. Leave this field blank if it is a XML file. After making the selection, click Continue to start creating a new data file. To start creating a new IR56 form data file, you are required to input the particulars of the employer for which the IR56 form data file is prepared. The inputted particulars will be shown on the IR56 forms prepared and the control list generated for submission. Then, you need to select the type of IR56 form. For example, form IR56B or E or F or G or M to be prepared, and the subject year of assessment if you are preparing the annual form IR56B or M. You are also required to specify whether they are A. Original forms. For example, form IR56B or M to be submitted with covering IR56A or IR6036B, and notification form IR56E or F or G to be filed in respect of an employee for the first time. B. Supplementary forms. For example, form IR56B or M to be filed in respect to employees in addition to those reported in the original forms already filed with a IR56A or IR6036B. C. Amendment forms. For example, additional to report further income or replacement to correct an IR56 form previously filed. After inputting the information required, click Continue to proceed to the next step. If you choose to create a data file with data imported, the system will list the employees' records available for importation on the screen. You may select to import all employees' records, records on a particular page or individual employee's records by ticking the appropriate checkboxes or button. After selecting the employee's records to be imported, click Import to proceed. For each of the employee's records imported, our IR56 form record will be created with imported employees' particulars for the selected year, if any. All newly created IR56 forms will be listed in the Control List page. The triangle marked in the column beside the employee's name indicates that the IR56 form has not yet been completed. For each of the IR56 form record created, click the Edit button to view the imported employee particulars and fill in the employee's income particulars. The triangle will disappear after all necessary fields in the IR56 form has been filled in. If you need to create a new IR56 form for employees without data import, click Add New Employee. A blank IR56 form will be created for completion. You must complete filling in all IR56 forms before clicking Submit Later or Submit Now button. If you need to quit before completing all IR56 forms, click Save Draft to save the work done in draft form. If the IR56 form is created with data import, the language selected and employee's details and residential address will be pre-filled by the imported data. Verify the pre-filled information and make appropriate changes. If the IR56 form is created without data import, you will need to input all the employee's details and select the language for printing the form. Input passport number and place of issue if the employee is not a Hong Kong identity card holder. Input postal address only if it is different from the residential address. Click Next page to proceed to fill in the employee's income details. In this page, you are required to input the employee's capacity in which employed and income particulars. The period of employment will be pre-filled with the basis period of the selected year, for example from April 1st to March 31st for annual form. You may make appropriate changes regarding the period of employment and the respective periods involved for each income item. Apart from the respective amounts paid for each income item, you are also required to report whether the employee was paid in whole or in part by a non-Hong Kong entity or provided with a place of residence by employer. Select No if the employee was not paid by any non-Hong Kong entity. Input name and address of the non-Hong Kong entity if Yes is selected. Select Not Provided if the employer had not provided with the employee a place of residence during the subject year. If a place of residence was provided by the employer, you should select Provided and click the Details button to input the detail in the next page. This screen is for reporting the details of the place of residence provided to the employee. If more than one residence was provided during the year, input the details of the place of residence provided separately for each of the addresses involved in chronological order. After filling in all the income details required for the subject employee, you may click Edit Next Record to proceed to fill in the IR56 form for the employee in the next IR56 form record. Click Go to Draft Control List button to go back to the list of IR56 forms created with data import and select another employee's IR56 form for editing. Click Add New Employee to create a blank IR56 form for completion. The preparation tool allows you to save the IR56 form data file under preparation in draft SAV format onto your device. You may retrieve the draft SAV file and continue to work on it later. To avoid accidental loss of inputted data, it is advisable to save the IR56 forms prepared in draft form by clicking Save Draft from time to time. Please note that you will be required to reopen the draft SAV file with its self-selected key after you have quitted the preparation tool. After finishing preparing all the IR56 forms, you may preview the control list in its draft form. clicking the Print Draft Control List button to display the draft control list on the screen. After review, click the Back button to return to this page. Employer should give a copy of the completed IR56 form to the employee in respect of whom the IR56 form is filed. To facilitate distribution of the IR56 forms prepared to employees, the preparation tool allows employers to choose to output hard or soft copy of the IR56 forms prepared. Click the Print or Export IR56 Form button to output the IR56 forms. The preparation tool allows outputting the IR56 forms prepared on selection basis. To output the selected IR56 forms, click Print to print hard copy or Export to download soft copy in a zip file saved to your device. This copy is not for submission and only for distribution to employee. Click Back to return to the previous page after outputting the IR56 forms. IR56 form data file in draft SAV format cannot be used for submission. To get the IR56 form data file ready for submission, click either the Submit Later or Submit Now button to save it in SAV format. Click Save for submission and a SAV file saved. If you click the Submit Now button, you will see the Continue button, which allows you to proceed to submit the data file via Employer's Return e-filing service. If you click the Continue button, you will see this screen. You may now choose the mode of submission. After clicking the Continue button, the system will direct you to the Employer's Return e-filing services. For details about how to file an employer's return via online mode or mixed mode, please view the e-demo on Employer's e-filing.